Hello, myself Sunil R. Here basically we are talking about one topic, that is balancing the maintenance of the environment. Like this basically we talk that basically what is actually the balancing and what actually the balancing is going to happen, right? Basically, like this he told that okay, basically we are here basically to balancing the environment basically, and in balancing basically you can say that there might be some chartered accountant group also basically, they might be connected also basically in the balancing environment basically. So in balancing environment basically it connects to the number also basically, because it's going to cost the cost also, no, basically. For example, this many fiber basically you have dumped into the environment basically, this many fiber basically you have dumped into the environment, that is going to cost now basically. It's not that basically it's not going to cost. So nuclear power company are doing the charity trust basically, they are not like that, basically that is going to cost to them basically, that this many fiber food basically you have eaten basically. So according to that basically the environment should generate, the attraction should happen basically. That few people basically say that basically, do you know basically the I will take one example basically, assume that basically uh, for example, these all are the basically top medicine companies basically, right? So one person told that basically I had the medicine basically of Dr. Reddy, I had the medicine of Sun Pharma company, I had the medicine of paracetamol company. So he told that basically paracetamol basically might be some other company basically, but I am taking that it's one company basically. So he told that okay basically. So they basically say that basically the Dr. Reddy basically foods medicine basically, whenever basically they have the medicine basically, the patients basically have the medicine of their basically, that basically connects to the blood cells, right? Basically the blood cells has generated of the Dr. Reddy basically medicine. Here basically I am just taking as an example basically, uh, uh, because it's going to affect basically, that's why basically he told that basically we have taken the data of the Dr. Reddy basically, and Dr. Reddy basically medicine basically has taken basically by the patients. Assume that basically there are 1 crore patients basically who basically taken the data basically, right? The medicine basically. So how basically the Dr. Reddy is basically going to send the energy basically? So he basically might be doing some plan basically, or basically is that basically like that the government are going to take the decision that at this particular time basically their energies are going to be spreaded in the environment basically, and basically that environment basically is going to have that medicine basically. So one of the person basically, one more thing basically he told, do you know basically the in the vehicle basically, whenever you start the vehicle basically, that time your vehicle basically starts, right? Then into the few basically vehicles starts from kick, few vehicles basically starts from automatic basically. So one of the person told that yes basically, that basically everybody knows here basically. The thing basically which you don't know, that is the thing basically, that when you basically take that vehicle into the Mars planet basically, that time basically if the purely new vehicle basically you are going to take to the Mars planet, that vehicle is not going to start. Then one of the person told that why basically, yeah basically how you can say that basically. Reason behind is the government basically are setting the environment basically in the city basically, that this all energy basically are of the Honda company, this all are basically energy of the Maruti company, this all are energy of the Tata company, this all are energy of the Skoda company, this all are energy of the Renault Duster, this all are energy of the BMW. So like this basically the car companies basically say that basically this much data basically we want into the environment, so that our customers vehicle can be start in smoothly basically, in smooth environment basically. They are not supposed to do the hard work basically. So according to that basically you have to set the environment basically, whatever expenses basically you require, that basically the company is going to give. So same way basically, for example, BMW basically, or Tata, or basically Renault Duster basically, when it moves to the Mars planet basically, that is not going to start basically. Why? Because the environment of the Renault Duster in the Mars basically is not settled. The environment of the BMW is not settled in the Mars planet. The environment of the Tata car basically is not settled in the Mars basically. So environment basically is not settled. That's why basically the car is not getting started in the Mars planet. That same car basically is going to start in the environment basically of the Earth planet, when the car is going to come to the Earth planet. So this is also basically the most dangerous thing basically, which government has settled already. Reason is the vehicles basically. Reasons are basically the vehicles, and that is basically connecting to the each and every environment data basically. That is connecting to the Dr. Reddy medicine. That is connecting to the fiber data. That is connecting to the each and every vitamin data. That is connecting to each and every data. That is connecting to the each and every vegetables creation process basically. Each and everything basically it's connecting to the environment. But the satellite basically groups are there basically, who have the data basically, which keeps the data separately basically, it doesn't get merged basically. And that basically environment basically which is created is not getting merged. That means the planet basically which is going to create, that is going to create successfully basically. Because these all are basically going to convert into one planet basically. One day basically Dr. Reddy data is going to convert into the planet. One day basically the scholar data is going to convert into the planet. One day basically the Tata data is going to convert into the planet. One day the Renault Duster data is going to convert to the planet. One day the BMW data is going to convert to the planet. So that's basically the thing basically, that basically everything basically is getting checked in the environment basically. So that also basically might be basically the problem basically. That also basically it might possible that some basically car company basically might have done the tie-up with the languages department basically, that they say that basically we will spread Gujarati language in the environment basically. So according to that basically they spreads the data, but it might possible that basically it's might the data basically which is getting created, that might basically getting problem basically in the environment. That also possibility might be there in the environment basically. So that basically also thing basically. In seventh point basically, that is written that basically, that is the sea water basically which is getting the environment creation basically. So what is that basically? Seventh point basically, in sea water basically we almost basically the point seventh also basically discuss. Then also basically we will discuss little bit. The sea water basically say that we have environment, we basically are doing lots of missile blast, we are doing lots of chemical blast in the sea water, we are dumping lots of data basically, so that the sea water is not supposed to attract to the city basically. It's not basically the cities otherwise basically if you are not doing any type of manipulation in the sea otherwise sea water basically is 100% going to attract to the border of the cities basically, and it will enter into the city, and mostly basically entire city basically will also gets into the water basically. So we are doing lots of process basically in the sea area basically. So that also environment basically is affecting basically. That also basically it might possible that they might have done lots of experiment inside of the sea. This is not working, do that. This is not working, do that. This is not working, do that. Like this basically the sea or water also basically might be affecting. So in basically detail basically we are going to discuss this also basically sea water in next video basically.